Hey folks, this is Alonzo, the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop. And I bet you some of y'all didn't know I had a book out, did you? Well, I do. N.W.A. Not Without Alonzo, available on Amazon.com, $14.95. But also, there is a comic book, limited edition comic book, Hip Hop Family Tree, featuring yours truly, Alonzo in the middle, Dr. Dre, and Yella. Limited edition, only available on my website, LonzoWilliams.com. Now, if you want both books, the Hip Hop Family Tree and N.W.A., both of them $30. Go to my website, LonzoWilliams.com. In the comments, put your name and what you want me to say. I'll autograph and make sure it gets to your house right away. Both books, $30, autograph, LonzoWilliams.com. And if you're like me, you don't have time to sit down and read like I'd like to, but I love audiobooks. That's why I put my book, N.W.A. Not Without Alonzo, on audio. That's right, but it's available only on CD Baby. Why? Because I set every track, every story to music. So as you ride down the street, listening to the stories of West Coast hip hop, you got some fresh new tracks to bob your head to. Available only on CD Baby, N.W.A. Not Without Alonzo. Check it out, folks. Give you something to ride to. Peace. All right, folks. It's your boy Alonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop. Today, my guest is an icon of an actor, director. You know his face, you know his character. Today, you're going to meet the man, Hawthorne James, a.k.a. Big Red from 5 Heartbeats, Sam from Speed, and so many other movies. How you doing today, Doc?
I'm wonderful. How about you, Lonzo?
Man, I can't complain at all, Doc. I got a picture we took at the 5 Heartbeats documentary premiere over at the club back in the background. You can't see it. You'll see it when I send you the video. And man, when I met you a few years ago, you've always been one of the coolest brothers I've ever met from Hollywood, man. You've always been down to earth. And you did my show back in the day, and I had to have you on my new podcast because there's so many young brothers who don't even. I had a brother in my studio who never even saw the 5 Heartbeats. Man, I said, you got to be out of your mind.
No.
You got to be out of your mind, man. I said, dude, I said, I'm doing Hawthorne James, Big Red. Who's that? Huh? Man, I'm like, come on, man. I was upset with him. Are you out of your mind? Oh, man, I've never seen the movie 5 Heartbeats. I'm like, you got to be kidding, dude. So anyway, man, I'm doing this. I have a YouTube channel, and I know there's a lot of folks that want to talk to you, just want to, find out how you became an actor, how the iconic role, how the character came about, the whole 9 yards, man. Because people compare Suge in real life to you, to Big Red, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
People think Suge was a knockoff of Big Red. So, man, how long you been acting, Doc?
I've been making my living at it since 1986.
Okay. Now
my last 9-to-5 job was 1986.
Okay, I saw you were in the Monkey Hustle with Rudy Ray Moore too. I did.
Disco Godfather.
Okay, my bad. Okay, and man, once I got to know you, I started seeing you popping up in all kind of television shows and movies, Frasier and Martin and all kind of stuff, Doc.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, I've been very blessed.
Now you are what they call a thespian. You are officially a trained actor. Tell them about that, Doc.
Well, I have degrees in theater. I have a bachelor's from Notre Dame in theater. I have a master's from University of Michigan. And then I got scholarship offers from Yale and Cornell to work on my doctorate, which I decided not to do for different reasons. But then Ted Lange, who played the bartender on the Love Boat, Teddy got me a scholarship to go to London to study at the London Shakespeare Academy. So,
wow.
Yeah, and then I taught for 2 years at Illinois State University. As a matter of fact, one of my students at Illinois State, I was younger than him, but one of my students was John Malkovich.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. Man, you've worked with some everybody though, man.
Yeah, I've worked, one of the only actors in the world has been in 2 Spielberg movies.
Okay.
And, Oliver Stone and Robert Townsend and Keenan Ivory Wayans and, I forget the guy's name who directed 7, who's a big time director. But I've worked with some of the best people in the world, some of the best actors,
Okay.
So,
now I got to ask you a dumb question. Okay. Ain't no such thing as a dumb question. Let me turn my phone off. Make sure it's off. Man, probably one of the most, two of the probably the most iconic movies you played that I can recall that people might know you for first is Big Red for Five Heartbeats and Sam the bus driver in Speed. Does that bother you at all? The people may call you Big Red? Because I was going to call you Big Red.
Oh, no, absolutely not. That's a blessing, man. Come on. You know, that movie's 1991, and people still know that movie. People still talk about it. People still talk about that character. So that's something that I must have done right for people to make an impression on people. And you know, Alonzo, I get that question all the time. Don't you get tired of it? No, absolutely not. Because it really is a blessing to have done something that memorable for people to, you know, to this day. And 5 and 6 year old children know that movie.
Okay.
I mean, you know, when you say somebody, you know, you had a kid in the studio that didn't know it, well, he's an exception to the rule because the kids, their parents and their grandparents and their aunts and uncles watch it all the time. It's a family tradition to watch that movie. So therefore, the kids watch it, so they know the movie. So it's what a heck of a movie, man.
Yeah, you know, I went to the documentary. That's the last time I saw you at the documentary that Robert did, man. It was amazing, all the trials and tribulations he had to go through to make that movie happen, man.
Oh, yeah. And some of that stuff I didn't know. And I sat there and I watched it. It was fascinating, Alonzo. It was really fascinating.
It was. It's amazing. So what are you doing now these days, Doc?
It's like watching. See, I didn't know what your background. I met you a long time ago when you were running the club over at the
Hollywood Park Casino. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably when I first met you.
That's where I first met you. Yeah, I met you with Barbara.
But I did not know your background either.
Okay.
You know, and to have watched the film, it's fascinating to see what y'all went through, to get this done. You know, it's the same thing. We all go through that struggle. If you know, if we're black people, we're gonna go through struggle.
It's gonna be a struggle, Doc. It's gonna be a struggle. It's gonna be a struggle. Yeah. You know, I've always admired Robert Townsend's work ethic. When he did Hollywood Shuffle, he said he maxed out credit cards to make that movie happen. And I just thought the gates of Hollywood would open up for him. You know, it was a low budget movie, but it was a good movie. It was funny, had its parts to it. But then when he tells the story of what he had to go through for Five Heartbeats, how one of the most iconic scenes in the movie, when the young lady was singing, they was singing in the bedroom, picking up the bits of paper, singing or whatever, and they wanted to cut it out, you know. And then also the church scene when Eddie Kane came back, they wanted to cut that out. And that goes to show you that Hollywood don't get us, okay?
No, not at all. Not at all. And that's a struggle that I've been going through for a long time because, you know, at one point, my last 9-to-5 job, I was one of the highest black executives in Hollywood. Okay. I was the head of post-production ancillary markets at TriStar Pictures.
Okay.
And so I was privy to a lot of information. Okay. I would be able to go into the president's office, you know, no appointment, no nothing, kick my feet up, and we chit chat for 10, 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. How many black people you know can do that?
No,
I got to know them on a personal level. So the job I had before that, I was at ITC Film, which was one of those mid-range companies, and the woman that was vice president took a liking to me, so she started letting me sit in on pre-production meetings. So that my frustration with Hollywood as an actor is a lot less than most because I know how decisions are made, and it has nothing to do with your talent most of the time. It has to do with everything but your talent a lot of the time. It's who you're sleeping with, you know, whether it be man, woman. That's what it is. That's the bottom line. Then it has to do with if I walk into your office for an audition and I'm wearing red, and that morning your wife and you had a fight and she was wearing red, when I walked through the door with that red on, I've automatically lost the job because psychologically you can't separate. See, there's so many different things that go on in the Hollywood, and then of course it's like they have the preconceived notion of who black people are. Right. I've had white people try and tell me how to act black. Get
Right. I can see
out of
that.
here.
I can see that. I can see that.
You know,
I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, no, that's true because it's happened to me.
Okay.
It has happened to me. It's like I'll tell you a story. Tell you, I wrote a play, and I wrote it for two black women who, two of the best actresses ever in the world. One is the best actress I've ever seen. Period. No ifs, ands, but Meryl Streep, get the fuck out of here. You can't touch her. This woman. So I wrote this play, and they played sisters in the film. One, they were very close when they were growing up, and they grew up middle class. And one became an activist, and one married a doctor. And as they grew older, they grew apart. And this is the film where you can see the short film on YouTube. It's called "Remember Me" with a question mark.
Okay.
But I did the short film because I was trying to let people know I know what I'm doing. If I can do this 15, 20 minutes, then I can do the whole thing. But that's a story unto itself. But so I wrote the play, and we did the play, it became very successful. And then I wrote the screenplay. And so when I wrote the screenplay, I sent it off, my agent sent it off, and I got offers of close to $1 million from like Warner Brothers and 20th Century Fox.
Okay.
But they came back to me, both of the studios came back to me and said, "Oh, by the way, can the women be white?" I said, "Give my damn shit back." Because they couldn't believe that two black women could be middle class, upwardly mobile, ambitious. They can't see it. They don't understand it.
Wow.
But see, all my friends told me, "Are you crazy? I would have sold for $1 million. I'd have sold." No, because once you sell out once, second time becomes really easy.
Yeah.
Then the third time, then the fourth time. No, money doesn't rule my life, man.
Okay.
No, I wrote this for two black women to become stars. If they can't star in it, why am I going to write to make two white women stars?
Right.
You know, get the hell out of here with that.